The 6-speed manual transmission in the WRX STI is one of the strongest transmissions Subaru has ever made. And in order to keep it going strong, Subaru recommends for the fluid in the transmission and front differential to be checked and changed, if necessary, every 30,000 miles, just like the rear differential fluid we've previously changed. The transmission and front differential fluid are located together, allowing us to add new fluid to both through the same fill hole. For this project, we're going to need a ratchet, a breaker bar, a torque wrench, a T70 Torx bit for the front differential drain bolt, a 10mm Allen socket for the transmission drain and fill bolts, a pump attachment for when we pump the fluid into the transmission, and crush washers for the fill, transmission, and front differential drain bolts. The transmission and front differential takes a total of around 4 quarts of 75 W90 oil, but it's a good idea to have a 5th quart just in case. Now that we know what tools we'll need, if you're ready, let's get this car up in the air. If you're using a floor jack like me, we can use this spot directly behind the under tray for the motor oil as the jacking point. Now, let's head under the front of the car where we'll find the fill bolt way up here. Then a bit below, you'll see the drain bolts for the transmission and front differential. Like always, make sure to remove the fill bolt first, just in case we're unable to remove the bolts. To remove the fill bolt, we'll use our 10mm Allen socket. Once that's off, get your oil pan ready because now we'll use the same 10mm Allen socket to remove the transmission drain bolt. After letting the transmission fluid drain for a few minutes, we can now remove the differential drain bolt with our T70 Torx bit. Make sure you're able to find all of the old crush washers on the bolts. If it's not there, it may still be stuck on one of the holes, so let's be sure to get them off. Just like the rear differential bolt, the front differential bolt is magnetic, catching any loose metals and deposits trapped inside. Now we can clean off the bolts and add on the new crush washers. After around 15 to 25 minutes or so, once the fluid stops to drip out, we can now reinstall the drain bolts. Then we can use our pump attachment to pump the fluid into the fill hole. After about 4 quarts of oil, the fluid should start to drip out a little, letting us know the oil is filled to the correct amount. Lastly, we can fully tighten up all of the bolts. The torque specs for the fill and transmission bolts is around 32 foot-pounds and around 52 foot-pounds for the front differential bolt. Just like that, our transmission and front differential fluid has been changed. If you haven't yet changed your rear differential fluid, be sure to check out my previous video on how you can easily do this yourself.